comments if you can see me or if it keeps coming in and out. That would be very helpful, because I might be talking to myself. Hi, Richard, Jackie. Hey, how are you? Okay, great. Perfect. It keeps like going in and out for me. Okay, perfect. Hi, how are you? How is everybody? We had a little bit more sun here and a little bit more warmth. How is everybody? Where are you guys from? Tell me what your business is. That would be amazing. Hi, Richard. Is it Richard? Hi. And if you think that this information will be valuable and amazing, then I would love it if you would share with your followers, and because that would be amazing. So I'm just going to tell you, while everybody comes in, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and about what I do. And hi everybody. Hi, nice to see you. A little bit about me and what I do, as well as a little bit about my background. Florida. Oh, that sounds warm. That sounds nice. Chicago, weather is getting better slowly. Newbie virtual assistant. Oh, cool. VA. Yeah, I actually think Chicago is warmer than it is here, which is sometimes never the case. Hi. How are you doing? Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me for people who don't know me. If you don't know me, if you're new to me, can you put a 1 in the comments below so I can kind of figure it out? And thank you for any of the replay viewers. I don't think that replay viewers often get enough love. Okay, Chris, yeah. All right, so a little bit about me. My name is Yasmin Robles, and I am from RoblesDesigns. 555. I'm from RoblesDesigns. I'm a branding and website designer for pretty much kick-ass entrepreneurs who want to take over the world. That's just who I work with. I don't work with anybody who just isn't prepared to take over and succeed. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the hearts too. This is if you're new, if you just hopped on or if we're invited on, thank you so much for inviting followers. This is day 2 of the Rockstar Brand Clarity Bootcamp, and we are going to be talking about really how to figure out what your target market expects from you, and in terms of your visuals, and how you can figure out what they are looking for and what will resonate with them. So yesterday we talked about vision boards and getting to know yourself a little better, and today we're going to talk about your market. Before that, I'm just going to quickly go through what I do, or a little bit about my background, so that you know a little bit about me. Thank you so much for the hearts, and thank you for sharing and all of that. So a little bit about me. Just quickly, I actually wanted to be a lawyer when I was younger, and I really wanted to be that, pencil skirt wearing, tall heels, and walking into a courtroom, and maybe even like a criminal attorney or something like that, just totally out of the TV and out of TV shows and movies, but that's what I wanted to be. I got into a commercial art class because a friend of mine seemed to be complaining a lot. Boom. Complaining a lot about the teacher, how, he was so hard on everybody. And this was a girl who was pretty talented, or at least a lot more talented than I was. And so I joined the class because, I don't know, I have a thing for taking the hardest major or the hardest class available to me. And so after 3 years, I graduated with an amazing scholarship. With an amazing scholarship to Columbus College of Art and Design, where I majored in product design. And really, I owe my love of design and the knowledge of how to connect emotionally with people through design from that high school commercial art class. I mean, that teacher, he was amazing. Or is amazing. He's still alive. So, as Hardy probably knows, my favorite quote is, "Isn't it funny that the harder I work, the luckier I get?" And I believe that really, if that resonates with you, throw up some hearts. I think that resonates with every entrepreneur, because once you succeed, people are like, "Oh, you're so lucky that you have this awesome business." And you're like, "Lucky? I worked like 80-hour weeks." Thank you for telling me about hot chocolate. Oh, yeah, no problem. That's where I get my stock photos, and I love it because they're super feminine. That's my branding. So let's dive into the day 2 of the Rockstar Brand Clarity I'm in Houston. I do real estate title searches nationwide, looking to take over the world. Yeah, that's awesome, Richard. Yeah. I've never been to Houston. It sounds a lot warmer than it is here. But yeah, I've been looking at the real estate and stuff, and I'm so happy that you're taking over, you're planning on taking over the world. That's so cool. So, so let's dive into the Rockstar Brand Clarity Bootcamp Day 2. And really, so this today is not as, you should Google Pinky and the Brain. Oh yeah, I used to love that show. Today it's more of the getting to know who your market is and who your dream clients are, who are the people that that will pay you to work for them or with them, and they will love your services, and they're the people that you will resonate with. So has anybody ever done any market research? If you have, throw a 1 in the comments and tell me, did it work out for you? Or any hearty yes, 1. Okay, great. And what was the best thing about doing market research for you? What was the #1 thing that you learned? And meanwhile, I will tell you, so if you've never done market research before, it can be a little bit daunting, because it's not just like creating a survey and putting links everywhere and having people do the survey. The best type of market research it will not work. So the best type of market research that I can suggest is the on the phone or face-to-face type of research. This has been the only way I try to do market research now, because you get the people. That's what I found out about a project. Yeah, and you also find out whether things will work or not. So the best type of market research is on the phone or via Skype or anything like that. I saved a lot of time realizing who I thought I wanted to work with was not who I wanted to work with. Yes, so this is especially true for startup businesses, or if you're just seeing if you think it's time to pivot your business or your branding, or if you think that it's time to change up your website, whatever it is, market research is excellent for that, because it'll save you time and money and resources before you jump into creating a new course or whatever that is. So the way I always tell my clients do it is, especially when it comes to rebranding, is to pick 3 people. Oh, so there's 3 buckets. Again, back to the buckets like day 1. So pick 3 people that know you personally. And then pick 3 people that are either your current or previous clients. If you don't have any of those, that's completely fine. And pick at least 3 people that are in your potential, that you would love to work with. And these are the people that, if you love working with lady bosses who are trying to leave their 9 to 5, search them out and try to find them, and then start, offer them a cup of coffee or a strategy session or whatever that is, and get those people on the phone, get those people in front of you or on Skype to chat with you. So at least 3 of those. Then you're going to, so for the people that know you personally, you're going to ask them and to quickly describe you. Typically I say 3 words or less, or 3 sentences or less, anything really quickly. Get them on the phone, get your mom on the phone, your brother, your best friend, a coworker if you have coworkers, or employees if you have employees, or a boss, whatever that is. People who know you on a day-to-day basis, and get them to describe what it is, how it is that your personality is. So are you funny? Are you feminine? Are you, bad? Do they describe you as badass? Do they describe you as a kick-ass entrepreneur, or, a take no prisoners kind of person? What type of words do they use to describe you? And if this is resonating, throw up some hearts. And then, so you're going to ask your 3 people, your 3 personal people who know you personally, those questions, and you're going to write down everything that they're saying, or record it. I've done where I've recorded the conversation, or at least that part of the conversation, and then go back and listen to it, or look at your notes if you didn't record it, and highlight all of the hot button words. So if they said funny, okay, you're funny. If they said really feminine, that's another trigger word. And all of those words, descriptive words, start putting them down on a list. Then your previous and current clients. Again, don't worry if you don't have current or previous clients yet, but if you do, go back to them and either offer them a strategy session. If they've already worked with you or they are working with you, maybe they might not need a strategy session, so maybe just a sort of freebie, something to entice them. Or if they're local, just say, hey, can we talk? I buy you a cup of coffee? And that's what I did. You know, I worked with a a speech therapist, and so what I did when I was rebranding my business, I bought her or offered to buy her lunch, and in return for like a 30 to 40 minute conversation, just regarding business, regarding branding, regarding what she thought of me, anything like that. And it was very useful. We gabbed for I think over an hour, and it was amazing. There was so much information. So if in those previous and current clients, ask them why they chose to work with you. Ask them what the best part of working with you was and what thoughts were going through their head as they were trying to decide whether or not to work with you. Again, if this is resonating, if you know of anybody who would love to really, who would benefit from this information, make sure you share it out. Now, if you don't have previous or current clients, again, do the hot button words, write a list out. If you don't have current or previous clients, that's totally fine. But what I would do is double up on the dream clients. So for the potential clients, I said at least 3, if not more. If you can get 100 people to talk to you, that would be amazing. You know, if they are your dream clients, go talk to them. And again, offer them a cup of coffee, offer them a free like 20-minute strategy session, offer them whatever it is that you can give of value, offer that to them, especially because they're potential clients, they're your dream clients. Offer them a freebie, something that will help them feel more comfortable about spending some time with you. And then ask them, you know what their problems are in terms of, for example, for myself, it would be, what are your issues regarding your branding, or what are your issues regarding your current website? What goes through your head what kind of blocks do you have, or you know, certain things like that. What obstacles have you come across and how have you solved them? And then you're basically going to try to do this for those potential clients, those dream clients. You're going to try to go through psychographics, demographics, technographics, and geographics. So you're going to want to ask them where they're located, you know, the general area, their language, whatever, that geographics. Demographics, if they're willing to give, and demographics, you can, too many graphics, yeah. Demographics are more fact-based, just similar to the geographics, but demographics are things that you don't necessarily have to ask them. You can also research this, but you can ask them if it's easier and if they're open to it. So for example, where they live. So are they city dwellers? Do they own their own home? How much household income do they have? How many kids do they have? Do they own their own car? Do they own the home? Do they rent? Do they rent an apartment versus a house? Do they, you know, all of those type of facts that you can get off of people, almost like the census. Think of it as like you're doing a census. And a quick tip, I don't know if it's all public libraries, but our public library in Columbus, the Columbus Public Library, if you have a library card, you can go online to their website and you can log in, and I forget what it's called. I want to say it's EBSCOhost, but I'm not sure what it is. But you can go into it and search by neighborhood, search by income level, search businesses as well as residences, and you can get a really good idea of for example, where the high earners live, where the money-making businesses live, you can get a list. If you're focusing on dentists, you can get a list of all the dentists in a specific area. It is extremely valuable. So if this is resonating, throw up some hearts, and if you have any questions at all, put them in the comments. So that's demographics. Psychographics. Psychographics are, well, let's do technographics first because it's easier. Technographics, it's pretty much just like, where are they online? Everybody's online somehow. Even, you know, parents and grandparents seem to be online. Maybe some are not, but mostly everybody is online. So do they spend their time on Facebook versus Twitter versus Instagram, Snapchat, whatever? Do they, and which one do they use the most? Which one, what do they use each for? So maybe they use Facebook a lot, but it's only for family. They use Twitter for business. So you have to learn how to really balance all of those out, and how to figure out where they are and what their favorite ones are for what reasons. So that's technographics. You know, do they have a smartphone? Do they, you know, it's all about technology and where they're at on the techno side of it, of things. Psychographics, this is where you're going to want to spend your most time on. Even if you don't do any of the other ones, you can totally just throw those out. If you say, I only have 10 minutes to chat with somebody, throw those out and then ask more of the psychographics, so psychological type of questions. You're going to want to ask what their ambitions are regarding, for example, if you're a health coach, what their ambitions are or what their goals are regarding their health, why they want to lose the weight. And if they say, oh, I just want to be healthy, and you're like, well, because people don't just want to be healthy. That's not why I'm trying to lose weight. That's not why others are trying to lose weight. I'm trying to lose weight because I have a high school reunion that's coming up. Others might be trying to lose weight because, you know, they might also have a high school reunion. They might have a wedding. They might have, you know, they might be going to an event where their biggest rival is going to be at, and they want to look their best. So whatever that is, so you have to dig deep and see what the real reason is that they are fearful of whatever. They have to you have to figure out the reason that they really want to lose the weight or rebrand. What is it? So it's not just, oh, for example, for myself, it's usually not just about, oh, my website just needs to look more professional. No, it's usually my competitor has a better website and they're getting more clients and it's easier to use, and I really need a website that will compete with them, or I need a website that will be my personality versus looking exactly like everybody else's, because my website is not resonating with me. So whatever whatever that real reason is, you have to really dig deep, and then you have to ask things like, what are your favorite brands? So what websites do you spend your most time on? What are your, if you're an e-commerce company, where do you shop the most and why? What do you like about their shopping experience when you shop online? So if you focus in on your field and then say, okay, why have you ever hired a trainer? Why haven't you hired a trainer? Have you ever hired a health coach? What do you think of health coaches? Would you ever consider hiring a health coach versus a personal trainer? Would you ever consider somebody that will chat with you online versus in person? All of those questions are needed you need to answer them, because they're going to ask, it's going to help you with your sales calls. It's going to help you with writing a copy for your website. It's going to help you, in terms of design, it's going to help you get a better design, because when I did my rebranding, I found out that the majority of my target audience, as well as myself, was super feminine. And the majority of my target audience, they love brands like Henry Bendel. It depends on whether they aspire to the brands or whether they actually buy them. But a lot of them, they follow those brands closely. So Henry Bendel, Kate Spade, you know, the men were into Jack Spade. They were Aldo, the shoe store shop. They were shoppers of the Aldo shoe store. All of those, they cared about, not their looks so much, but they wanted that more upscale. They weren't the nature lovers. They weren't you know, they weren't like sporty type of people. They were all very, I don't know, posh, feminine type of women, especially. So when I did my rebranding, I completely geared towards that, and I can show you the branding in a bit. But so that's what I did, and I ended up emulating a lot of the Kate Spade feel as well, except adding a bunch more pink to it. So that's why you really need to get down to the nitty gritty about the psychographics, because you'll find out things that you might not have thought of. And as back to what Hardy was saying, is that you also find out if your product will work or not, because you also have to ask questions about what is the current solution that you use for your problem, because they're currently using a solution. Back to the health coach. You're not competing against other health coaches. Yeah, they're part of your competition, but you're competing against gyms, personal trainers, and self-help books, audiobooks, anything like that. That's who your blogs, that's who you're competing against. And so if you YouTube, any of the vloggers on YouTube, that's who you're competing against. And so you have to figure out who is your number one competition. Maybe it is YouTube, and so you might have to get onto YouTube. Or maybe it's like people who buy treadmills and that's their current solution, but it's not working for them. So then you know how to hone your target, your marketing, and speak to that. Say, oh, you just wasted this much money on a treadmill and then you're not using it. So that's, yeah. So that's pretty much, so back to the, let's see. So just to recap real quick before I tell you about the freebie, you're gonna need at least 3 people that know you personally, and ask them what to describe you in 3 words or less, or 3 sentences or less, but no more than that. Don't make it a conversation. You're gonna get 3 previous clients and 3 current clients to describe why they chose to work with you, what they were thinking when they chose to work with you, and what they think of your website, branding, anything like that. And then 3 potential clients, at least. If you can get 100, that'd be amazing. But at least 3 potential clients where you'll be able to ask them really anything from what phone they use to what their biggest fear is when hiring you for whatever service that you offer. So, and that last one is the most important. So even if you don't ask you did the vision boarding yesterday, even if you don't ask your personal contacts or your potential, your previous clients what they thought about you, go and offer some kind of freebie and ask your dream clients where it is that they hang out, what their favorite brands are, what their biggest fear is concerning your subject matter or your field. For example, mine is website design. And then really highlight all of the hot button words. And then when you see those hot button words come up, you can write your copy. You can pretty much, the world has opened up its doors for you, because they have pretty much given you the script on, you know, how to market to them, as well as when you ask about their favorite brands, where they shop, why they shop there, all of that. They've pretty much given you a list of places that they love, and you can look at their design to actually design your site or your branding with them in mind, because they'll naturally gravitate to what they know. So that is it for today, but I have a freebie. So for tomorrow's freebie is actually a bit bigger, but today's freebie, I only have 2 spots left for a free strategy call, and we can go through everything that I talked about today, or we can actually even go over the vision boarding that I talked about yesterday. And it's 30 minutes, no promo, it's completely, I'm just giving away my time. So there's only 2 spots left though. You're going to want to go to the link on my bio and click on it and sign up for a call. 2 spots left only, and you will want to be here tomorrow, because actually tomorrow's promo, I just decided this day, tomorrow's prize is actually, or freebie is actually pretty amazing. So you're going to want to be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so yeah, so click on the link. It's a free strategy call, 30 minutes. I go through your branding. If you want a website audit, I can go through your website and tell you everything that, you know, that's working, that's not working, and what you actually can do to fix it, because not a lot of people tell you what you can do to fix the issues. And so I'll let you know, and this is like completely free. 30 minutes, it's like having a designer in your back pocket and going, hey, what do you think of this? So that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Who is left? Can you type your name into the comments, or give me some hearts if this is resonating with you. And so, yeah, that's it for tonight, and I will let you go, and I will see everybody tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.